Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. I'm Rantoinette. Before we get into it, please, if you don't mind, liking and subscribing, I would really appreciate it. There's a lot of news today, so let's get into it. Some of it is actually pretty good, and I'm going to start with some good news right now. Wisconsin, yay! Congratulations. You did the right thing. You made the right choice. You got your ass down there, and you voted. The Supreme Court, the Wisconsin State Supreme Court seat that was up for grabs was won by Crawford, the liberal-leaning judge who had been going up against the Republican. His name was Schimel. She didn't just beat him, she waxed that ass. She beat him by over 10 points. Pretty damn impressive. And the fact that this is a special election in April and going against copious amounts of money. Elon Musk himself spent somewhere between $20 and $25 million. And he lost. He got his ass handed to him. And I couldn't be any happier about it. And he's up there, with his little cheese wheel hat going, USA, USA. Dude, calm down. You got your ass whipped. I am sure right now he is consoling himself with a ridiculous amount, an ungodly amount of ketamine, to make himself feel a little bit better. He hasn't been tweeting so hard today. I think his feelings are a little hurt. But this has got it's like a double win. One, the Supreme Court seat is now being occupied or going to be occupied by a liberal-leaning judge, which means a lot of good things especially for Wisconsin. But it's also a sign to conservative congresspeople and senators that maybe the endless money supply that Elon Musk has is just not going to cut it. A lot of these guys, I'm not making excuses for the Republican Party, but one of the reasons why they have been kowtowing so hard for Donald Trump is because they're afraid that come the primaries for the midterm elections in 2026, Elon Musk might dump a bucket of money into somebody, another Republican, to run against them. So they are kind of caught between this rock and the hard place right now, between the voters that hate what Trump and Musk are doing and Musk's money, the threat of Musk's money in the primary in 2026. So this right here should give them a little bit of breathing room to go, maybe I don't support some of Donald Trump's more draconian legislation. Now, that's the other side of the win. But the stuff that I'm most concerned about is the stuff that this judge will be able to affect. There will be less gerrymandering in the state. There will be less of a chance of more draconian state laws that go through. Like currently, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Wisconsin is a right to work state, which just basically is short for right to work for less. Pushing out union presence in the state. And I guess you can thank, what's his name? The former Governor Scott Walker, who Donald Trump made ambassador to faith, whatever. I guess that he didn't have another spot for him. But Scott Walker helped facilitate that. Wisconsin is a 50-50 state. They are very close. When people talk about a purple district, Wisconsin is a purple state, is very purple state. And they could go either way. Donald Trump only won the state by about a percentage point. It was a very close election. And a lot of that has got to do with the gerrymandering in the state. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, yet again, I believe they won congressionally, Wisconsin. The Republicans won by 53, or I think it's either 53 or 55%. But they have 65% of the House seats in the state. So, whether or not the state is a 50-50 state voting wise, it is a 65% Republican state for congressional representation. And I don't know about you, but that math ain't mathin'. But that's how gerrymandering works. If you've ever seen a gerrymandered district, it doesn't look like a little square box. You represent this part of the state. You see a gerrymandered district and it's this oblong looking thing is like, we're going to cut out this neighborhood and this neighborhood, but we're going to get this part of the neighborhood and we're going to get this part, and we're going to take a little piece of this county and a little piece of this county. And it just seems like they're just selecting their voters as opposed to the voters selecting them. Now, I will have to, also bring up the fact that Florida had two special elections last night as well, and they were both won by Republicans. Florida, after all, is a very red state, blood red. And I believe it was the 1st district and the 6th district. But Donald Trump won those districts by huge margins, like 25, 30% more votes for Donald Trump than for Harris. And they only won by like 5 or 6 points, respectively, in those two districts this time. So now historically, after an election, usually special elections, which generally happen around this time in the beginning of April, following the main election for president, generally speaking, they usually flip the other way, as a backlash to the election. More people are incentivized to go out to the polls. But for those two blood red districts in Florida to only win by a handful of points is telling. And it might bode well for Democrats in 2026, but that's a long way to wait. But I will say this, congratulations to Judge Crawford. You did manage to beat the most wealthy man in the world. And let's not get it twisted. I saw the chart. The billionaires who donated to this campaign. Elon Musk donated more money than all of the rest of the billionaires combined. And that, yes, that also includes George Soros. It looked like he had donated about $4 million. Elon quintupled that. So when you see Elon Musk up there going, George Soros is out there to get me, dude, it's not even the same sport with, the amount of money that Elon Musk put into this. It's not even the same fucking sport. So anyway, congratulations to Judge Crawford. Great news for Wisconsin and good news for, the future of the Democratic Party. I hope they manage to maintain this fire for the upcoming midterm elections.